The McPike Mansion. Located in Alton, Illinois across the river from St. Louis, it's named after the man who built it, Henry Guest McPike, a man of Scottish descent who made his fortune in Alton properties, manufacturing, and insurance. He came to Alton with his parents in 1847, when he was only 22. He quickly gained wealth, eventually owning more than 700 properties. McPike had the mansion built in 1869. It was a symbol of class and wealth, and one of the most spectacular homes in the area. McPike commissioned the famous architect Lucas Pfeifenberger to design it. It was set on a 15-acre piece of land. The house has 16 rooms with 12-foot-high ceilings and a basement with a vaulted wine cellar. The mansion also featured 11 marble fireplaces and hand-carved stairway banisters. McPike called his home Mount Lookout. He had the property landscaped and cultivated with vineyards that became famous for the McPike grape. He died in 1910. In 1925, the mansion was purchased by Paul Lechinger, who turned it into a boarding house and rented rooms out to others, and he lived there until his death in 1945. Stories about ghosts at the McPike Mansion started back from when it was a boarding house. The tenants began to experience strange events that could not be explained. After his death, the house was abandoned for years. Then the mansion was purchased by Sharon and George Ludke in an auction in 1994. Sharon saw her first ghost 6 weeks after buying the mansion. One day when she was working in the garden, she saw a man looking at her from one of the windows. When she inspected the house, there was no one there. Later, she found some old pictures of Paul Lechinger, and she said he was the figure she saw. She claimed he was wearing the same clothes as in the picture. Months later, she sensed a ghostly presence. When a ghost started to appear regularly, she nicknamed her Sarah. Later, a psychic who contacted the ghost said the spirit told her that her name was Sarah Wells. When Sharon was given some books that had been removed from the house many years earlier, one of them bore the name Sarah Wells. Sarah used to be a servant at the house, and she's a peaceful and friendly ghost. She spends most of her time in the attic. The most active area in the house for paranormal activity is the wine cellar. Voices and footsteps have often been heard there. A smoky mist tends to follow people around there, and a massive metal door scrapes on the floor as if somebody is pushing it. Some of the events in the wine cellar have been captured on audio recordings. Former tenants have reported that they have heard children's laughter in the middle of the night. Some believe these were the 2 children of Henry and Eleanor McPike, who died at a very young age. Their bodies were buried in the private cemetery on the property. They now are reported to haunt the backyard. Sadly, their headstones are now broken and unreadable. Once in full view of many people, an apparition descended the stairs. She was wearing a blue gown, her hair was flowing as if wind was blowing through it, and her feet were fluttering as if she was dancing. She was floating a couple of inches above the ground. Some think she was the spirit of a woman who mysteriously died in a bathtub at the house. Many people, including psychics, believe that Henry and Eleanor McPike still reside in the house. Pacing footsteps, vanishing objects, shadowy figures, faces in the windows, and the sensation of being touched are common phenomena as well. Also, objects that mysteriously disappear and reappear in another location have been reported. McPike Mansion was featured on an episode of Ghost Adventures. That episode aired as a special in 2019 on the Travel Channel. A team of paranormal investigators explored the home and its property, and said they believe that it is haunted by its former inhabitants. The mansion also appeared in the TV series Scariest Places on Earth. It was also featured on Fact or Faked, Paranormal Files, and an episode of Ghost Lab. Go to the link below to visit their website. It's filled with the mansion's history, and the strange events that happened there. They do offer tours, including private tours for paranormal researchers, and private groups. They also offer regular events, including the annual Ghostly Halloween Campout. So tell us what you think of the McPike Mansion in the comments below. Also, please like and subscribe.